Hi everybody, it's Harvard lawyer Lee. Today we got a look behind the curtain. All those things that the lawyers are up there whispering about to the judge when you just wonder, what are they talking about? It must be something really juicy. And today we got a little look behind the curtain. It's not everything, but we found out about 10 secrets that Amber Heard's team wanted the jury to hear and the judge said no. So I'm about to tell you, the jury won't hear this, but you're about to hear it. How did this come out? Like, what was even the circumstance? Today, Amber Heard's team made a proffer of evidence. That means that Amber Heard's team came in and said, here's a set of evidence that we wanted to get in, and you said we couldn't. The reason that a team would do that is that they're trying to preserve their right to appeal the case. So they want to be able to say to an appellate judge, this is the evidence that would have been in. But they can't do that if the evidence is completely missing. So if a judge rules evidence out, it's up to the side that wanted to present the evidence to give a proffer of the evidence that would have been offered, except for the court's ruling. That way, the appellate court can make the decision it's actually in the record. That's why it happened. Now, this is all Amber's team's evidence, what Amber's team wanted to get in. And it's Amber's team's characterization of this is what the evidence is. We don't know for sure because we don't have all of the evidence. We just have how they described it. But I'm going to give you the inside look at what they say. Now, Johnny Depp's team is going to do the same thing. That'll be coming up next. So please please subscribe and also turn on the notifications so you'll know when I upload the video about what Johnny Depp's team is going to tell us. That'll probably be tomorrow. So without more ado, here we go. And let me tell you, of the various pieces of evidence, the reason the court ruled out the evidence was, in every case, unless I tell you otherwise, is that the judge said it was hearsay and it didn't fall under any exception. The exception mostly being used was that it was made for medical treatment, that the statement being made was for medical treatment. So in this case, the judge said, this isn't really for medical treatment. So these are, a lot of them, doctors, but the statements weren't made in order to receive medical treatment. So first up, Dr. Laurel Anderson. You may remember she was the marriage counselor for Johnny and Amber. According to what the attorney for Amber read out, Dr. Laurel Anderson had information that Amber Heard had reported that Johnny slapped her, hit her in the head, kicked her, pulled her hair, gave her bruises, and also claimed Johnny was the first to initiate violence. Also, she said she hid in the bathroom. She said that Depp threw a phone at her and hit her and held her hair. According to what the attorney said, Dr. Laurel Anderson believed that Amber was a victim to Depp. So the second witness was Dr. David Kipper. Now that was Johnny's personal physician. And in his notes, apparently, or in his testimony, there were parts where he said that Amber had concerns about Johnny's drug and alcohol behavior. And also that Johnny tried to push her while Johnny was detoxing, and that she found lots of cocaine in February 2016, and that Kipper told Depp needed to bury the dragon, which the attorney explained to us meant the bad feelings that Depp had inside him. There was also apparently an email that explained detox treatment, and somehow in the email, Kipper said that Depp was romanticizing drugs and that Depp had no patience if his needs weren't met. Next, the next missing piece of information was Debbie Lloyd, from Debbie Lloyd, Johnny's personal nurse. She apparently had something in her notes about concerns about Depp's behavior while he was on drugs and alcohol. Also, something about Johnny Depp trying to fight Amber Heard while he was detoxing on the island. The fourth piece of evidence was from Erin Fellotti, whom you might remember was the nurse for both Amber and Johnny. And she said that Heard told her, apparently, that in December 2015, Johnny Depp headbutted Amber. and that Heard was freaked out about it. And then in May 2016 told Fellotti that Depp was delusional and crazed and hit her in the face while she was on the phone with Io Tillett Wright. Then the fifth piece of evidence was from Dr. Amy Banks, a clinical psychologist and relationship consultant, who apparently had information, supposedly anyway, about Heard reporting that Depp had attacked her physically by hitting her with his hand. Apparently, somebody told her that Depp cut his own finger off and burned himself with a cigarette. And there was apparently also a statement by Amber that Depp initiated violence, and Depp didn't contradict it, even though he was present at the time. Apparently, she would have said that she believed Heard was a victim of abuse. Then the sixth was DrConnell Cowan, who was a clinical psychologist for Amber Heard, and who apparently had reports from Amber that included text messages and medical notes where she reported abuse. Seventh piece of evidence, Dr. Alan Blaustein, a clinical psychologist. Depp supposedly reported to Blaustein that he cut himself as a child and burned himself with cigarettes. Depp objected to that for an additional reason, not just a hearsay, but also that it was speculation as to him cutting himself and burning himself with cigarettes. The eighth piece of evidence was from Dr. Bonnie Jacobs, clinical psychologist, who apparently would have said or had some information that Heard had reported incidents of sexual SV, rhymes with silence, to her. The ninth piece of evidence, you will probably already know, you can guess this one, the UK judgment. You know why Amber wanted it in, because Johnny lost that case. It was different facts, different circumstances. Amber wasn't a party to the case, as she said repeatedly throughout the trial. But Amber Heard's team wanted it in because it's kind of one up in the win column against Depp. The court ruled it out. There is, my view, no way they're going to win on appeal in that. Courts never allowing judgments from other cases, particularly when they're different like that one is. Like that one is quite different. The Heard team, though, argued that Johnny Depp had opened the door by presenting certain testimony and witnesses. The judge continued to say no, however. The 10th and last one, Adam Percovici, was an expert who didn't get to testify. He was with the LAPD and apparently would have testified about domestic V calls. He had qualifications from being in the LAPD. So please, like and subscribe. I would love to see you back in the next